invalidate your fast, and also having an injection does not invalidate your fast. Another question was asked, if we do our iftar and we have an intention to wake up for suhoor, but we slept throughout and we woke up after Fajr, is the fast still valid? So, having the intention, you don't need to alter with your tongue. If you have a firm intention, that is called your niyyah. So, dil ka pukta irada is niyyah. So, if you had the intention to fast, although doing your suhoor is sunnah, but if you didn't have your suhoor, your fast is still valid. This is during the month of Ramadan, but if out of Ramadan, you didn't wake up for suhoor, even in those circumstances, when you do wake up, before zawal, what is zawal? When the sun reaches its highest point. So, say for today, for instance, Salatul Zuhr begins at 12:20. So the time directly before that is when the sun's at its highest point. This is a forbidden time to pray. After the sun has reached the highest point is the time where we pray our Salatul Zuhr. So if out of Ramadan, if you make your niyyah, your intention, before the time of zawal, so before say 12 o'clock in the afternoon for nowadays, even then you can make your intention for your fast. So if you didn't wake up for suhoor but you had the intention to fast, your fast is still valid, inshallah. Next, yesterday we recited Surah An-Nisa, which is a chapter about the rights of the women. Among the rights of the women, other things were discussed, for example, accountability, justice, and the people of the book were mentioned, about keeping our promises, the halals and the harams, and also ablution. Wudu was mentioned, which we have to do before we can pray. And today, inshallah, we will go on to Surah Al-Ma'idah and Surah Al-Ma'idah and Surah Al-An'am. So, this one stresses about the relationships with other people, how we treat other people, and also a warning against having close ties with the enemies of Islam. Some of us, we have animosity with our own brethren. When I say brethren, our fellow ummatis, our Muslims, but yet we have close and compassionate ties with those who are disbelievers. So here in these verses, Allah is warning you that no matter what you do, they will never be pleased with you. The only time they'll be pleased with you is if you leave your deen of Islam. They will never be pleased with you. They will always, inside, they will always be your enemies. They will always have hatred for you. And the story of Isa alayhi salam is mentioned. Now, when you drive, some of you drive through Wilson High Road, you see there's a church, you have a crucifix there, they depict Isa alayhi salam being crucified on the cross. Muslims, we don't believe he was crucified. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informs us in the Qur'an that Isa alayhi salam was raised up to the heavens alive. And the day of judgment, Yawmul Qiyamah, will not occur till Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala returns him back to the earth. He will come, he will break the cross, he will kill the swine, and he will come not as a prophet, but will come as an ummati. He will come as a believer, and he will pray like you and me pray. So, and the tawheed, the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also stressed. And finally, those of us who, when we pray, remember 20 units is a long time, and some of us get distracted, our minds wander off. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, every action is judged or is accorded or is recorded as how it ends. So your and my action will be recorded how it ends. What does this mean? You said Allahu Akbar after Surah Al-Fatiha, your mind wandered off. All throughout Salah, you were counting money, you were preparing for your exam. I don't know what you were doing, thinking about what you're going to eat for iftar the next day. Whatever you were doing during your Salah. Now, before you conclude your Salah, if you come back You come back. You remember you're in salah. You connect with Allah again. You say your salah. Upon that connection with Allah, your entire salah will be recorded as your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So your salah will be recorded on how it ends. So tip from a brother to you, firstly I advise myself, if you wander off, before you conclude, before the Imam does the salam, come back, connect with Allah, your entire salah will be recorded as though you were connected with Allah.